Indeed, pleasure to come back. This Business World Design Excellence Award, it's so energetic and it is evolving every year under the leadership of Dr. Batra and taking it forward, my friend Jyotsna. The business magazine who has really put design in front page and given importance to see that how design can help in socio-economic and sustainable development. So evolution of global design, which we are talking about, evolution of global design, how it started and where we are heading to and what should be our future direction we need to. I see that lots of young people are there, so I would like to bring little context that how this design profession started and what has impacted and what problem which we are facing and how we have to really look into the future. So 20th century was the industrial world. Now this industrial revolution which has happened, the first one was in 1760 when the steam engine was invented. After 100 years, 1870, the electric power, that was the second industrial revolution. And 1970, after 100 years again, the third industrial revolution, which was IT revolution. And there, I think the India started emerging as power because many engineers and English-speaking India started taking lead in third industrial revolution, IT thing which has happened. And now we are in digital fourth industrial revolution, which is digital, where physical, digital, biological boundaries are blurring with each other. It's a very disruptive time is there. The technology is moving so fast that we are not able to really absorb that what impact this technology is going to do onto the planet Earth, and we need to really think into it. So far in industrial revolution, the design nurtured more on linear economy, take, make, use and throw. And my colleague Jyotsna mentioned about consumer. I actually want to shift that consumer word because consumer comes with consumption. And that is what somewhere we are facing issue. So yes, the economy was very consumer centric, but then afterwards people started talking about that make it user centric, focus it on user. Again, user means you're using something. Then it came to human centric, that be more human and focus on basically the human needs. And after COVID, it's becoming more humanity centric, that you are not the only owner of this planet Earth. There are millions and millions other creatures are there and we have to coexist with them. So we have to really look into all these aspects. So this is, I think, the shift from consumer to humanity is really taking, and this linear economy, where the source which we are actually taking out from the planet Earth, and what if it is happening? If India and China, the way we consume with our friends sitting in United States, we need 4 planet Earths. Unfortunately, we have 1 planet Earth and we have to really think about that what is there in our future and how we have to take it forward. Design definition started actually in Bauhaus, 100 and odd years back, 1919 to be precise, and they talked about form follows function. Everything dealing with the function and then trying to give the convenience to people. And I think somewhere this convenience and better quality of life started emerging more materialistic comforts. And this materialistic comfort became the better quality of life is becoming the curse of the quality of life, in a sense that we can't even breathe the fresh air, and that is which is happening around. And design, obviously, the way it has moved, it became very personalized and person-centric. People are talking about the collection of designers, that this year, this designer's collection, I don't want to name, but like say, for example, Philip Stark's thing. The designer became iconic And it became a very ego-centric thing that if I am wearing these kind of fashion clothes, then I am really showing something with my personality, with the designer's collection. But I think the shift is required from egocentric to eco-centric, because this egocentric is not really going to take these fashion labels and all to long run, because somewhere I think we will have to get into the nature cycle, align ourselves with the nature cycles which is there, which we are trying to put ourselves in God's shoes and trying to compete with the God. That reactions which you see, that what is happening with the especially when it comes to the climate actions and other things. Now this AI has come up. Now AI is very disruptive, and it is in the stone age at the moment. When it is going to go further, we don't know what AI is going to really do it. In fact, it is already started putting on the minds that we are not using our brains so much what we used to do that. And once depending on that, what it is going to create on the humanity, we have to really look into. Technology is always good for extending our arm length, but I think technology in context becomes very important. What is the context? That is what which we really need to look into. So the people, planet, technology, I think these things have to go hand in hand. Now, people, planet, profit and purpose. The purpose becomes important because we have to make money. The profit certainly is important. People are important. People are very, very important. But nature we cannot ignore. The way nature is operating, I think we have to balance with this whole aspect or the nature ecosystem and take it to the next level. This world has become very complex. And this 21st century, I would say that we live in a complex world. There are lots of complex aspects which are there, and there are challenges which are coming up, each required not a very product-centric approach, but more system-centric approach. And that's why we say that we are living in a VUCA world, which is very volatile, which is very complex, which is very ambiguous, and uncertain and ambiguous. And this VUCA world, when we are looking into, it is not designers' aspect into it, but it is also looking more on a system-centric and co-creation, which addressing to the future challenges which we are really taking up. So what are these challenges? The ecology is one, where the climate crisis, consumer waste, flood, earthquake, tsunami, all those things has to be looked into with all experts sitting together and doing that. Sustainable economy has to grow. And when AI has come, the Jyotsna already talked about that ethics become very, very important, and ethical practices need to be taken into. Just I will take 2-3 minutes and finish it. So sustainability is the core value, and that's why in World Design Organization we are talking about design for the better world, where that harnessing the tacit knowledge, which especially this country has 5,000-year-old civilization, and how this tacit knowledge, which is there in the craft sector, which is there in the folklore, which is there in our grandmothers, that what she was talking about, which is not documented, but it is going from generation to generation, and that tacit knowledge has to bring it into the classroom and create the explicit knowledge, and we can take it forward. Connect with the nature. This is another important thing, is that we need to connect with the nature for future sustainability. Circular thinking, cradle to cradle. Nothing is waste in nature. We have to follow the nature. There is zero waste in nature. And same way, I think we have to really follow that. Sustainable development goals, there are 17 goals. I will request young people who are here to really go through and those, which are those goals. Japan has coined this world called Society 5.0. And they say that society come first. Dr. Batra also talked about, let us talk about the people whom you know, your community, your larger community, and how we can really look into welfare of the community. So that's what the Japan is trying to do with the Society 5.0. And co-creation. There is no designer's product now. We all need to come together, community put their mind together and co-create the systems and more human-centric aspect which we can, or humanity-centric aspect which we can take. So transforming design education from training to learning. We need to also completely change design education, the model which is there. And especially the British time, the education system which was developed, they wanted workers. They wanted people to have certain skills and take the orders and make the things as per there. They didn't allow us to think independently, have our own point of view. And in design, I think Dr. Batra also touched upon it, that your own point of view becomes very, very important, and we need to nurture the young generation to have their own point of view. And this own point of view is that learning to learn. And it is not to serve only industry. Industry is making the profit if they are making. I think we have to really look into the design to drive innovation and transform the society. End of the day, the society which we live in and the environment which we live in, we need to live in the harmony with the nature and technology and people so that we can create better quality of life for everyone. It's not only for the privileges that they can consume the material which planet Earth provides, but I think at this stage, maybe 20% people are using 80% of material which comes out from the planet, and remaining 80% people are surviving only in 20 or even less than that. And I think there we have to really come and see that whatever Mother Earth is providing resources, every individual, every existing creature has equal right on that, and we have to really take care of everyone, and that is the way future has to make it more sustainable and peaceful. Thank you very much.